Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Max, and today we're going to be talking about updates regarding the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Alright, so Zack Snyder's Justice League has been a topic that really has taken over the internet, especially Twitter. I think this is definitely the biggest fan base I have ever seen, and most loyal and strong, dedicated group of fans I've ever seen for any comic book, movie, or film universe. And that says a lot because I put out a tweet a few days ago talking about this, and Zack Snyder's Justice League or Snyder or the Snyder Cut or something along those lines is always trending on Twitter. I think daily, at least something involving the film, or there's usually some sort of huge discussion around it. And I think this just goes to show that studios need to really trust the directors and the visions they have, because while the DC universe so far hasn't had overall great reviews with the movies, fans seem to really have a connection with these films. And I think while these films aren't perfect, as we have seen, there's been a few choices that have been questioned by fans, such as Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. I personally really like that iteration, but I know just based on how Lex Luthor is in the comics, it wasn't the exact portrayal people would have liked to see. So been a few bumps in the road, but generally this fan base has been so dedicated, and I think the fact that the fans have kept this whole idea of Zack Snyder's Justice League trending since, I think, when was it, July maybe, is when it was officially announced to be that the film would be completed and released. I think that's just incredible, and I'm happy that Zack Snyder has such a dedicated, loyal fan base, because the fact that there's such a huge movement for this online kind of clues me into the fact that HBO Max could get a lot of good press and subscriptions from this, as well as a possible opportunity for Zack Snyder to continue his vision. And I know there's been talk of a Ben Affleck HBO Max series that also contains ideas from Zack Snyder and possible direction or producing on his part. So I think this will be a real test to see if that universe moves forward. And if it does, I think it's going to be a great win for Zack Snyder and the cast and crew that he works with, because it'll kind of restore the trust in the vision that he has. So getting to the actual updates about Zack Snyder's Justice League, we recently got a new image of Darkseid, which I have seen a great response from the fan base around this, because there's a lot more coloring done. The character looks more refined, and the image itself looked like it was taken from a movie theater screen. So that might, be a sign that the movie's almost done, since, I doubt they would flash one image up on there to show fans and then call it a day. I think they were viewing what is either close to or maybe even the finished version of Zack Snyder's Justice League. And, I think it shows that there's really good progress being made on the film. The other update we received this week was that this film might have an R rating. My thoughts on this are I hope it has an R rating, because as we saw with the Ultimate Edition of Batman vs. Superman, I feel like an R rating would really just kind of solidify not only Zack Snyder's vision, but allow for full creative potential when it comes to his cut of the movie. And I know that fans who saw the Ultimate Edition of the film said that it did contribute to the story of Batman vs. Superman more, and I feel like an R rating is really kind of what Zack Snyder gravitates to. And since it's Zack Snyder's Justice League, I think if the film is rated R, that's great, because it seems like it'll stay true to his full vision of what the film could be and will be. We also got word that an R rating could be happening because of profanity, specifically on Batman's end. Zack said that Batman drops an F-bomb And that will, I'm not sure if he said it will be in the film or if it has the potential to be in the film and they already shot the scene where he has it and it's just a matter of seeing if it makes the cut. But, you know, I've seen a lot of articles about this, and the fact that it's gained so much traction, especially among the bigger press sites, it's kind of interesting to me because R-rated superhero films are something that we've seen from director's cuts. And we know, you know, like I think the David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad is something that could definitely be rated R. Both of Deadpool's films and Logan were rated R, and those have done great. And, you know, especially with Deadpool, like he has a mouth on him. Everybody knows that, and is part of what makes the character. So I think Batman using some profanity, I mean, this is a Batman who's been immersed in the world of, you know, even just going as simple as Gotham. Like, I feel like someone who lives in Gotham and has spent, you know, 20 years fighting in Gotham, like, of course he's going to swear. Of course someone who lost his sidekick to his greatest enemy, you know, Robin and the Joker, if you don't know. Now, of course he's going to not want to hold back. Like, it kind of boggles my mind that people are talking about this and are wondering, like, is this something the character should be saying? And, you know, I get the point to an extent for the younger audience, but also it's kind of up to parents and the, you know, people viewing this film, how they go about either explaining it to their children or not letting their children view it quite yet, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I think it's ultimately Zack Snyder and the cast and crew should have their say on what the film becomes. And if it is R-rated, that's fantastic, and people can deal about that in the way that they see fit. Now, I think on HBO Max's part, it might be smart for them to do what Disney is doing, where at the recent Disney investors meeting, they revealed that there will be adult content on Disney Plus, but in some countries it will be under a different app. And I believe in all countries you will have to log in and I think accept a terms and agreement, you know, stating that there will be more mature content in this section of Disney Plus. And I think HBO Max, it would be smart for them to do something like this just to avoid bad press. I think ultimately it comes down to personal choice of the parents or the children or whoever's viewing this film. It comes down to the personal choice they make. But as far as an R rating goes, I think it would mainly come down to how much heat HBO Max could possibly want to take if this film is rated R, and how, you know, especially since it's a superhero film. I think that's the one thing they need to take into consideration, is that this film is a superhero film, so naturally it will get the interest of the younger audience who has been introduced to superheroes. Because superheroes and, you know, comics in general, from people young and old, anybody can gravitate towards them. So I think that's the one thing they have to keep in mind. And a password protected section of HBO Max would definitely, in my opinion, be the best way to go about this, because they can kind of gauge who is seeing the film and gives control to the people who hold subscriptions, rather than kind of putting it up for anybody to view and getting backlash, or, you know, there's a lot of downsides that could come from that. So I hope they have some sort of system in place, but we will have to see when the film comes out and kind of how that situation plays out in general. But overall, I'm super excited for Zack Snyder's Justice League. I hope his vision is exactly what he sets out for it to be. I hope the fans enjoy it. I think they will, based on the online presence I've seen. But that's about all I have for now. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you like it, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.